Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. Now, I was done with the Sean Reed case, and I'm gonna have to be honest with you because I've been on my Twitter, I've been on my Facebook. People say, "Oh, Sean Reed had a gun that he was pointing at officers, and officers exchanged fire." Blah 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 blah. Right? Well, and I just finished watching the Roland Martin show, and then his Sean Reed's father was on there along with attorney Benjamin Crump, talking about the case. So, and then they said that everything what the officer saying was a lie, wasn't true, and and believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that I could have did more research, and that was my fault. But and people wanted to sweep that under the rug and forget about this case, and that's what they're trying to do. So the police version, they said that that he was stolen a car, that he had a gun in his possession, and this is what they said. After he was chased, he got out of his car, got out of his vehicle. He didn't have no shirt on, and that he had a gun, and I was questioning about that too, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. So he was chased, and this is what the police version said. He was chased. He pulled out his gun, shot at officers at first. Now remember, he said that the officer tased him first. So Drayshawn, aka Sean Reed, pulled out his gun, shot at the officers first, and the officer who was black returned fire, and that's when they shot and killed him. This is what the police version was saying. Now, according to in this article, it came out on June 2nd. It was like couple of days ago, right? So now there's Facebook Live videos. Now witnesses coming out tell a different version of what happened, and it's going to raise questions of what's really going on. And my question was it a cover up? Because one witness said that he's been chased. There's no gun. He did not point a gun at officers as police claimed that he did. And he said he tased them. He was already on the ground, and automatically officers shot and killed, Drayshawn Reed. So I'm gonna go ahead and read an article, and then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna play one of the witnesses' Facebook Live video of their version of what happened. So, and this article comes from Indy Star. It says, an eyewitness video obtained by attorneys representing Drayshawn Reed, a man fatally shot by an Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officer last month. Purpose that Reed was tased, then shot in the back after running from officers. It does not show the incident or any footage of Reed or police. Instead, the eyewitness video, which was shared on Facebook Live, is of three women describing the events they said they witnessed on May 6th. We saw it from the beginning to the end. One said, we seen the whole thing. Another woman said, Reed, 21, was fatally shot near 62nd Street and Michigan Road, following a police pursuit that was broadcast live. After exiting his car, police said Reed began to flee on foot, and at some point, they said Reed fired a weapon. As he ran, an officer first attempted to tase him. Police said, but the taser failed to stop Reed. An officer then shot Reed. Okay. Lawyers representing Reed's family issued a news release Tuesday stating that individuals who witnessed Reed's shooting have provided details that call into questions IMPD's version of the incident. Every witness that spoke with Mr. Reed's family's attorney disputed that Mr. Reed brandished a weapon or shot a gun before he was shot to death, the release states. A spokesperson for the Reed's family lawyer said the newly revealed video disproves the police department's assertions that Reed fired at officers. Is a blatant cover-up of an unjust murder in broad daylight, say Elaine Rivers, a spokesperson for the law firm of Fatima Johnson, which represents Reed's family. We have sufficient evidence that showed that the murder was completely unnecessary. In a statement, the IMPD Deputy Chief of Investigations, Craig McCart, said IMPD has repeatedly asked that any members of the community who may have witnessed the incident or who may know the additional video share that information with investigators. To this point, no one has come forward with such information. And as recent last week, IMPD investigators were in contact with attorneys for the Reese family and were not made aware of such witnesses or evidence. We continue to implore anyone with information on the incident to step forward by calling the homicide office at, or Crime Stoppers anonymously. We also hear those in the community understandably asking for the release of more information. Because this is an ongoing criminal investigation, it will be responsibility of the special prosecutor to make those determinations. And unfortunately, no special prosecutor has been named subsequent to the decision made by Marion County Prosecutor's Office to decline oversight over the investigation. We appreciate and understand those requests from the community, and the IMPD supports that swift appointment of a special prosecutor. Okay, they said, let me continue reading this. It says, I obtained the copy of a video, but I have been unsuccessful in reaching the person who posted. They shot this man, y'all. One unidentified woman said on the video, the police just shot this dude on 62nd and Michigan, y'all. She continues, they done shot this man, y'all, in his back for no reason after they done already tased this. He was on the ground shaking and they still shot this man. That is so crazy. There's back and forth conversation. She adds, they killed this man for no reason, shot this man in his back. Rivers said the woman who witnessed the incident in the video I watched were hesitant to come forward because they feared for their safety, but felt compelled in part because of the protest unrest occurring in American cities grappling with police brutality and excessive use of force. In a news release, lawyers asserted that the IMPD and city officials continue to delay offering details about their request that the FBI and the Department of Justice monitor the investigation and have not yet released the names of the officer who shot Reed. The attorneys also charged the coroner's office has refused to release Reed's autopsy report. I'm going to stop you right there, people. If the Indianapolis police were sure that Dreasjon Reed shot at them first, and then the police shot, and then one of the officers who were black shot at Dreasjon Reed, killed him. If they were sure that he had a gun, why didn't even release the report? Why didn't we release the coroner's report, the autopsy report, saying that and believe the police version of it, unless they had something to hide? See, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've been on my Twitter, and I'm going to continue reading this article in a second, and they said, well, I don't understand why you support Dreasjon Reed because he had a gun. I've been seeing videos that he did drive-bys with the gold gun that he had, trying to discredit this young brother. And they try to sweep this under the rug. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If it wasn't for that witness video, they're going to believe the police version anyway. And that's how they are. And like I told you, this in the reports that this is not the only witness that saw the entire thing. There's more witnesses are starting to come forward now with this. So I'm going to go ahead and continue reading this article. It says, these actions, along with the pace of the investigation, has forced public questioning of the IMPD's version of the account of the incident, the release states. If the IMPD were investigating, how come they didn't find it, Rivers asked, referring to the video witnesses providing lawyers. They're not trying to find it. They're trying to cover it. They're trying to cover up that they went rogue, she said. On Sunday, lawyers filed a motion in Marion Superior Court requesting that the court compel IMPD to release the name of the officer who shot Reed. The name of the officer who was disciplined for saying, I think it's going to be a closed caption, homie, when he arrived at the scene of the shooting, and all other officers who were present within 30 minutes of the incident. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop you right there again. They still haven't released the name of the officer that killed Dre'Shawn Reed. Why? They haven't released his name, or they even putting his face on the media, because normally when you have police officers that kill armed or unarmed black men or women in this country, they normally put the face of the police officers on on the media. They haven't done it so far. And so it says IMPD officials have said in the past in regards to Reed's death that they were withholding the names because of threats being made against the officers. Officials have released no further information on the status of those threats. This is a long. Okay, let me finish this article real quick, and then we're gonna play the witness version of what happened. Reed first caught the attention of IMPD officials after they say they witnessed him driving erratically. Police said that around 6 p.m., Deputy Chief Kendall Adams saw Reed driving recklessly and almost striking another car on I-65 near 30th Street. Adams, in an unmarked car but in uniform, initiated a pursuit. IMPD Chief Randall Taylor, in another unmarked car behind Adams, aided. Another officers joined the pursuit as Adams and Taylor disengaged, but by 6:10 p.m., an IMPD sergeant ordered the other officers to end the chase because of how fast Reed was driving. An officer then saw Reed's car traveling eastbound on 62nd Street before pulling into business. Now, I'm going to stop you right there again. Now, remember, they said that Reed stole a car. Now, according to this article, they said none of that. You know, when they say, oh, Reed stole a vehicle, this is what the police says when I first did this story. Now they say that Reed's car. You notice they changed the narrative. At first they said Reed had stolen the car, but now they said that they saw Reed's car traveling eastbound. Let me move forward with this. Okay, on 62nd Street, before pulling into a business, both officers and Reed left their cars and a foot pursuit began. There was a confrontation that involved an exchange of gunfire, police says. Rivers said Reed was likely speeding. He was on his way to pick up his girlfriend and was driving her car. So in other words, I'm going to stop you right there. According to the family's attorney, ladies and gentlemen, they now said that, you know, the police said that he stole the car. That was why the chase happened in the first place. Now, all of a sudden, they said, well, you know, Dre'Shawn Reed, the car that he was driven was his girlfriend's car. So one of them is lying. But let me continue. It says that he was on his way to pick up his girlfriend and was driving her car. He called her and told her he had just awakened and was running late. Later, the girlfriend saw Reed on Facebook Live broadcasting the pursuit. Almost lost him, y'all, Reed said. Almost got rid of his ass. A little while later, Reed is laughing and cheering as he thinks he lost the officer. I'm not going to jail today, he shouts. Reed's video captured him in the car talking to his audience. Somebody come get my stupid ass, he implored before he bailed from the car. Please come get me. Please come get me. Please come get me. I'm at 62nd in Michigan, he said at one point. And in Hackney, he said, please come get me. Facebook Live, police shooting victim final act. For the 3 days after his death, protests occurred at the location where he was gunned down. IMPD Chief Taylor attended one protest and had tense exchange with Reed's family. And I remember that video. An investigation takes time, Taylor said, and police would use eyewitnesses' accounts, Facebook videos, and officer statements to determine what happened. Taylor told the family there was indeed a weapon, adding that the gun was fired. He promised the family that the investigation will be open and impartial. The only thing I can assure you is this, Taylor said. I will be fair and I will be transparent, not only with this family, but any family that deals with this kind of stuff in Indianapolis. I will give you my word on that. Rivers does not dispute that Reed was in possession of a gun when he was killed, like 34% of Indiana residents. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and people talking about, well, he had a gun and blah, blah, blah. He was legally licensed to carry. Okay? He was a gun owner, a registered gun owner. That's what a lot of people don't know about. Dre'Shaun Reed was a license to carry, which in other words, he was a registered gun owner. And, you know, when you was a former, you know, military, a former Air Force person, they can easily get guns anyway. So, and this is why I knew that something's not right. So Rivers said lawyers have extensively reviewed Reed's video showing portions. I guess something happened with this video. But he said that there's a frozen frame that showed the butt of his gun in his waistband. He never drew it. He never drew the gun. I mean, even though he had a gun on him, but he never drew it, and he was running away. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're seeing right now, that, and I'm going to tell you like this, even if he did have a gun, you know, he didn't ever pull out or point it at officers or brandish a gun to officers. And if you wear shorts, and any man would tell you, any man would tell you, if you wear like one of them loose shorts, like what Dre'Shaun wore that day when he was killed, it's hard enough to hold a gun and then run. And if you was running from police, the gun easily will come out or drop on the ground while you was running because the shorts is too loose, right? So. And I'm not saying that he had a gun. I'm not saying he didn't have a gun. However, if he had a gun, I'm just saying only if, it's hard enough to hold a gun when he was running away from police. The gun easily would drop on the ground because the shorts he wore was too loose. So, and plus he didn't have no shirt on. So the thing is, there's some witnesses say that, excuse me, when he was chased by police, when he was running from police, the two things he had was his cell phone and his shirt. So even if he did have a gun in his waistband and the shorts he wore was so loose, the gun could easily be dropped on the ground while he was running. So it's really, and it's proven right then that it's raising questions that the Indianapolis Metro Police Department did cover up this story. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this, one of the eyewitnesses that saw the entire thing. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, Reaction will not show you the video. However, you will hear the audio of this story. And remember, this is an eyewitness that saw Dre'Shaun Reed, a.k.a. Shaun Reed, running from police. He was tased, and he was already on the ground, and officers start shooting him while he was on the ground, killing him. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and I'm going to finish the rest of my commentary.
I wanted to sing in a review of the Hollywood Hair Bar Regrowth Serum.
Sorry, ladies
I
and
just
gentlemen.
took out my weave, only 6 weeks. Dude was out of there. Dude was right here at this Ace, hopped out his car behind that and took off right across the street. Police caught up to him. They tased that shit. Y'all, they tased him. And I really hope this ain't dude who was just on live running from these police. Dude was light-skinned. He had on a white shirt. They over there. White shirt and what kind of pants is? Gray pants. Gray pants. He had on a white t-shirt, gray pants, and some gray shorts. Yep, white t-shirt, gray shorts. He took his shirt off. He got out his car right here. Ace, my police chasing him. He ran across the street. They tased him. They tased that and shot him right in his back. I swear to God, me, my mama, and my sister seen the whole thing, and 2 other people. Everybody, look at them. They over there. I cannot believe like that tasing wasn't after they tased him, he was on the ground. Defenseless. Dude couldn't do nothing. And they shot him, y'all, for nothing. I'm so mad I'm not over there Y'all can't see. Look, he was over there. His car is over there somewhere behind that building. No, it's a car right there. Right, yeah. Car right there, y'all. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? It's a gray something. Can y'all see it? Whoever dude, they killed this dude, 62nd and Michigan Road. He was running from the police. They was chasing him, tased him, and shot this in the back and killed him, y'all. So if these y'all people, did y'all see his car? Some little gray car behind this Ace right here on 62nd and Michigan Road.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
I wanted to send you a review of the Hollywood Hair Bar regrowth.
Okay, sorry, folks. There you have it. That is a witness, an eyewitness that saw the entire thing. That Drayshawn Reed he was chased by Indianapolis police. But then they said that he didn't, the witness said that they didn't saw any gun. He didn't pull out any gun. He did not even point it to the officer. And so that he was tased and he was already on the ground. And then that's when the cops shot and killed him. That's when that's what saying they don't need a closed caption, y'all. So y'all let me know what you think about this, guys. And for those of you who said that he had a gun, and for those of you who said that he pointed at officers or who shot at officers first, this video is from a witness. So how do you feel about that now? Y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions signing off. Deuces.